All right, hello everyone from Guatemala. Rainy day, 4 p.m. in the afternoon, lots of traffic. We are located at Boulevard Liberacion, right here in Zone 9, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the airport. I know it is raining. Look at all that beautiful rain falling here in the city. Well, I hope everyone is safe elsewhere in nationwide, because I know there are lots of disasters too. Welcome to Guatemala. Well, I decided to start the video here because the airport is so close.
Guatemala City.
That's right. And so I want to show you the airport is right there on that corner. And now the airport is a hot topic, a hot potato. Everybody is talking about it because money is going to be invested, but whether that is a good thing or a bad thing, that's something that we're going to look into it. Should we engage into, millions of spending and the end result may be the same? Why should we do it? Why shouldn't we do it? Is it worth it? Well, welcome y'all. We're going to talk about that under the rain. All right, so the question is, why to keep investing money into an airport that has bad installation, bad services? I mean, even the bathrooms are bad. I mean, there's no AC. And remember, we are in the tropics. And at least, when you go to the airport, have the AC on, because that's going to help a lot. Keep it clean. So, and then I understand the reason why they want to bring a new player, private investment and people that knows how to manage airports. So that's a good thing, right? All right, so we were right there at that overpass, pedestrian overpass, aka pasarela in Spanish. And right here, you see, this is the corner, and right here is where the airport begins. And going in this direction to the next boulevard, which is, the entrance or exit to the airport, either or, there's no more than 400-500 meters, so small strip of land. Of course, as you go into the main terminal, it kind of widens there a little bit more, but no more than 600 meters the most. The other thing is that you see the middle of the city is right on the line of approximation when planes are ready to land. And a lot of times here in Guatemala, because we have lots of rain, and that's the norm, that's the usual thing here in Guatemala with weather, there's a lot of fog. All right guys, so as I was mentioning, we get lots of rain, and you can see it's raining right now. So with that rain also, it becomes all foggy above the city. And so in this direction, this is 6th Avenue, and actually this avenue crosses the whole downtown, and it extends and goes all the way to Zone 2, to a landmark there that it's known as El Hipódromo del Norte. And basically that's the cone of approximation when planes are approaching the city and ready to land. Good thing is that we haven't had a tragedy based on weather conditions, but you never know, right? So I had come all the way to the other boulevard, that comes from the airport, from the terminal. Right here, actually it's an avenue. I thought it was a boulevard. Okay, my bad, I'm sorry. So it's 11th Avenue, and I was looking at the width of the landing strip here for the airport, and I was doing my best, to calculate, to measure the distance in between this avenue, 11th, and Hincapié Avenue at the other end. And I'm thinking that it's probably 350, maybe 400 meters. That's it. Beautiful afternoon in Guatemala City. We're getting rain on and off. but that's basically the way it is here in Guatemala. And I bring that back to memory because I was hoping to see a big airplane coming this way. Now there may be a lot of fog, it may be all foggy right above the city, and so that's probably preventing airplanes from landing at this time as well. I don't know. So airplanes are usually approaching the landing strip from the north, right there. By the way, guys, thank you for subscribing. I'm also filming this video in Spanish, so if you want to join me in Spanish, please don't hesitate. Help me out by subscribing, liking it, because that's gonna help a lot, and I do appreciate that a lot, guys. We're gonna hang on for just a moment. If we're lucky, we're gonna see some big airplanes coming this way in just a moment. Well, hopefully, or otherwise time wasted. But not really, because I am enjoying the afternoon and also enjoying the fact that I'm sharing it with you guys. All right, so I've been waiting here for a big plane. Hopefully we're gonna see one. If not, thank you for subscribing and sharing it. So, you know, big planes should be approaching the landing strip right here, the runway. But I spent a couple of, no, maybe half an hour, maybe a little bit more waiting. I don't see one yet. Now the question on whether it is a good idea to spend a lot of money, millions into the airport, well, that all depends on what is exactly what we're trying to accomplish. If we're trying to better the services, the existing services, then yes, it is a good thing. Now, if we are trying to invest a lot of money because we want this to be the largest airport in Guatemala, and really not looking into the future and probably relocating or finding a new place, and insist on adding another runway maybe, well, that's going to be a humongous task, and it's going to be very expensive. Now, do I understand why the government may be inclined to do it here in the city? Yes, that's because of our location, and that's how we are impacted by storms, the weather, the rain. So infrastructure in the rest of the country is always an issue, and somehow I believe every Guatemalan and the government as well probably think that Guatemala City has to be the epicenter of everything, and I guess not a lot of thought is given to developing other cities in the country. And so I guess that's also the reason why to be reluctant to relocate the airport and take it elsewhere. I am sure that some thought has been given to the fact that if the airport is moved to a different place, we're gonna have a problem with freeways, the infrastructure. As of today, Guatemala is basically facing a lot of challenges in the south. We are being impacted. El Niño is gone. He said goodbye, but he said goodbye with lots of rain. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to be impacted by another phenomenon, La Niña, and that's going to bring a lot of rain too. So while we want to have good communication ways here in Guatemala, I guess we lack the technology. And we are a country with lots of rain that happens every year, and somehow, for some reason, we are still not capable of managing the amount of water that we get. I know sometimes it'll be impossible, but we should have prepared based on where we live and based on the knowledge that we have, that every winter here in this part of the world, in Central America, means a lot of rain. And now the reason why I said that is because Puerto San Jose in Escuintla also got an airport, a brand new airport, Now it doesn't have a terminal. I don't know how long the runway is, and I don't know the quality as well. I guess it has to go through a certification process. But then yet we run into another problem, and that's road infrastructure, how to get there. And most Guatemalans, I guess, they just want to have their airport handy, meaning in the city, in the capital. All right, I hope you like the video, and if that's the case, don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment. Thank you for joining me in English and Spanish. My name is Luis. We'll see you on the next one. Hola. Don't hesitate to drop your comments. It is about sharing the city, sharing your thoughts, what makes it better, if that could be an option, or what makes it worse. Why not? Thank you. We'll see you on the next one from Guatemala. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, guys. All right, so one more time, I decided to come back and walk 11th Avenue, which is, you know, the exit and entrance away to the airport. Mainly because it is meant to serve the airport. Of course, there are some neighborhoods also going in that direction. By the way, I want to show you the additional land. So that land right there, its purpose, I guess, is for, you know, horse racing, equestrians. And we also got marketplace right there for the handicrafts and La Aurora Zoo. So I mean, if the airport is really planning on expanding and making it bigger, they may be considering to take that land. Now, how is it that could be? I don't know, because we don't have much information on the blueprint. President Arevalo came again to the airport today, and so he was talking about you know, getting someone to work on the new landing strips, the new runways. But that was a little bit confusing because I don't know exactly what they're planning to do. So if they're planning to rebuild the landing strips, well, I guess you could call it the new landing strips or the new runways. For the time being, we don't have a lot of information, but he did mention that so it's gonna be open to anyone internationally, of course, any company that would like to bid on managing the airport. You know, qualifications will be taken into account, and whoever bids and whoever bidder is the one who is better prepared to manage the airport, well, that's the one who's gonna be granted management of installations here. And it's gonna be a mixed venture, government and private sector. Well, and I want to thank you guys for commenting, subscribing, liking it, because that helps a lot. My name is Luis. Thank you so much. We are going to be waiting for additional news and see exactly what they're going to be putting on the table. I'm looking at it really, and I can see the landing strip there. But what else? I mean, how else could you change this airport? That's gonna be a challenge. All right, guys, so looking at the terminal as of today, because President Arevalo once again came to the terminal. He was doing a tour. So I guess the premises were being shown to him by whoever is running the airport at this moment. Now, what he was saying, because he had a press conference, is that, you know, it's gonna go a bidding, and then based on whoever is gonna be, you know, the bidders, they're gonna pick one, I guess, the one who has experience in managing airports. And so I guess that makes a lot of sense, right? Because we already know that it doesn't work if it's left to people who is only going to be working at the airport for years, because basically that's how long every government lasts here in Guatemala. And so engaging someone else to invest money and managing it so it becomes a business enterprise that involves, you know, the private sector. In this case, it could be anyone, whether those investors would be Guatemalans or international investors. Regardless of that, he said that whoever was the best bidder, that one was going to be selected, and I think that's a plus, because it's gonna help, it's gonna improve services, if that's what they're looking for. Now the other option, which is, you know, just to change overall, upgrading it, adding an additional runway, an additional taxiing runway to the airport, that kind of looks like mission impossible, because look around, we don't have a lot of space. All right, guys, so thank you so much for coming and walking Guatemala, enjoying the rain. We're gonna be talking about the rain, but that's gonna be later. For the time being, I want to say goodbye from Guatemala. Be well. Don't forget to subscribe and drop your comments. I do appreciate that a lot. Thank you.